I don't think he had any turnovers against the press in that game. And so they got out of that press, you know what I mean? And they hadn't done that, pretty much all year. They were pressing, the hell out of teams all year long. And so, they've figured out that this just isn't the strategy that's going to work tonight. And so
yeah,
when you see that happen, you're like, shit, we got this, you know what I mean? Like they're changing what they're doing because of how we're attacking this thing. And so, it happened pretty quickly, I would say, right? Like for maybe halfway through the first half where we're like, this press isn't going to bother us. Like we know how to attack this.
And we had 4 amazing guards. Mike's got, hands that are just the ball's on a tether. Jason Terry's just couldn't be any faster. Me and AJ and Michael Dickerson, he was always just that strong. We call him Diesel because he's just ox strong. Miles got that basketball IQ. So it was like me and AJ were just like, okay, we're going to be on this side, and I get the middle, and then we look the opposite. Don't put it to the same side. You want to be able to get – and then once we break it 5, 6, 7 times, and it's like, this is nothing. I don't remember if it was Kansas State on the opposite side. I think it was it that beginning year of the Fiesta tournament or maybe the beginning of next year? We went and put a full-court press on Kansas State. It was no slouch, and they didn't score for 12 minutes or 19 minutes of the second half. Like, they didn't score. They didn't make a free throw. They didn't make anything for like 12 to 15 minutes in the whole game. And that was kind of like just the level of our competency and our composure of just saying, hey, let's just see how far we can go with this. Let's not let them score. All right, cool. I'm going to do my job. You do yours. And we're going to communicate and control the pace of the game. I think that's kind of when we had playing at Arizona, but the same team that had this year's team has the same kind of composure. There's no panic in them. At the Baylor game, Baylor played their best game they've ever played. They were up, but you got Burries. He's dribbling the ball up the court. They're fast breaking. 𝐁𝐫𝐚𝐦𝐥𝐞, all these guys, their composure is just through the roof. Their level of IQ and composure and smart choices and knocking down big shots is just it's the next level.
Yeah, I gotta ask AJ, like for you, memory, like battling the bigs, like guard play versus big play. What Kentucky, Rick Pitino, obviously that I can't Pitino doesn't have like the same glow compared to having just played Dean Smith, multiple times, like as if you've only played Pitino. So you've faced the top, but you're now in this game. Is there anything about the bigs or the matchups with the bigs that you remember specifically that in that game?
I just remember those guys were huge, man. Like
Zwicker, Muhammad.
Yeah, both of those games. Zwicker for North Carolina,
𝐿aJ,
Antoine Jamison, 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐩, and then in the final game, Nazr Mohammed and Jamal McGlure, NBA guys. They were just big and strong, and good players. So, that's the thing about us as our big men. Our job was we were totally different, right? We were outweighed most nights. Guys were stronger than us most nights, but we were quicker and faster. And so we used our quickness. We X'd out, we got around guys. We didn't let them catch the ball. We had great help side for each other, when we needed it. And so we were able to counteract kind of, that power game with our quickness and intelligence. And so
AJ and I could both switch onto the point guards. It wasn't really a thing like that. You can switch all you want, but then we're just going to figure it out and be right. I mean, I can guard them for 10 seconds. AJ can guard them for 10 seconds. All right. And then they switch back. All right, cool. We'll switch back. It was just a well-oiled machine for us.